David.
Dan, hi. What's up?
Are you ready to remember some guys?
Yes. Now?
Yeah,
okay.
now. Let's remember some
Let's
guys.
remember some guys.
So we are going to open Score 1990 Series 1 NFL football cards.
That's where it all began.
All right.
Roger fucking Vick. Roger Vick was one of several doomed Jets draft picks. If I remember right, he was like a very high draft pick. Is that right? Was he a first-round pick?
He was drafted at number 21 in 1987.
All right. I know it because in like all those videos of Jets fans, like every time the team makes a pick at the NFL draft, there's just like 3 guys named Salvatore pulling out huge fistfuls of hair. Like he was definitely a guy that made them do that.
Next up, another New York athlete.
Hell yeah, RAUL Allegre. I believe took over from Ali Haji Sheik. The
That
Giants.
sounds right, actually.
This was the period of time, we were still in that period where it was exotic to find somebody that had played soccer, and so the Giants cycled through all these guys that were like RAUL Allegre, Ali Haji Sheik, Bjorn Nitmo was there very briefly. They were, you know, people that had kicked at American colleges, but it always had this kind of like the exchange student vibe.
He has the really good old face mask.
Yeah.
With just the 2 bars on it.
Yep. There was like a Sunday in that before he like put it on.
Next up is
John Taylor.
John Taylor.
He was good. He was the other receiver that wasn't Jerry Rice.
I feel like he was like the first
Yeah.
of the guy alongside Jerry Rice.
And the best of the other guys alongside Jerry Rice.
Yes. John Taylor, pride of Pennsauken, New Jersey.
Yeah.
He's been to Wawa.
He says pork roll.
Yeah. If you offered him Taylor ham, he would punch you in the face.
Seriously.
Like, yeah. All right. South Jersey. Next up,
Andy Heck. He's
he's
offensive
an
lineman.
offensive tackle.
Yeah. Mostly I just remember the cards. I don't have any vivid memories of Andy Heck. Like I don't remember the guy that blocked for Dave Craig when I was 11 years old. But I do remember this card because I had it, and I remember thinking that name was remarkable to me.
Another really good photo of his face on the back of the card. If you worked in photo selection at Score in the late 80s, please contact us. We would like to know your process.
Yeah, we wanna help.
Oh, here's a good player.
Better be Alonzo. Oh, it's Bubba McDowell. Hell yeah. Good safety dude. His name was Bubba. It'll be like the third to last thing that I forget when my mind finally goes. It'll be like my parents' phone number. I'll forget that, and then I'll be like, Bubba McDowell. He's not a bad player on some decent Oilers teams. I believe this was like the House of Pain vintage Oilers. Like that was like a good defense. I always thought it was a power move that they wore baby blue. And yet were very violent.
Next up is a man I have not heard of, but maybe you have.
Herman Hurd.
Herman Hurd.
The rectangularity of his upper body is very like 80s football too.
That is. It's weird that like, you know how like women in the 80s had like the big shoulder pads.
Yeah.
And that was also true for football players?
Yeah, it was
like,
remarkable.
How did that happen?
We really dodged a bullet with neck rolls not catching on with like ladies couture. So
and then remember like guys like Brian Cox would have like the little wall behind their necks? Why did these go out of favor?
I don't know.
It was great football looks.
I think that if anyone in the NFL wanted to bring those back, it would catch on.
No, not just in football.
Not in football. It has nothing to do with football. I mean, if Lane Johnson starts wearing a neck roll, then like Heidi Slimani will follow suit.
I'll be buying the Nike Virgil Abloh collab neck roll.
These kids getting stuck in the door of kids because they got huge shoulder pads on.
Our next card is some Super Bowl trivia.
Oh my God. Wow, okay, it's a hologram.
Yeah, can we?
I just want you all to experience what we're experiencing. All right, let's hear it. I do not have to do gum if I get this wrong.
Okay, so remember that this is in 1990. Mm-hmm. 3 teams played only once in the Super Bowl and lost their games. Name 2 of them.
So as of 1990, the Kansas City Chiefs.
No. Nope. They played it in the first one and the fourth one.
Oh, did they? All right. Well,
yeah.
That's obviously wrong. So why don't you just tell me who they are, and then I'll tell you if you're right.
Okay. So the Rams lost to the Steelers in Game 14. The Eagles were beaten by the Raiders in Game 15. And the Patriots lost to the Bears in Game 20.
That's funny that the Eagles and Patriots were 2 of the teams on there.
Yep.
Yeah.
The Eagles won the Super Bowl, if you hadn't heard. Anyway, we did it.
The guys are arrayed before us.
The guys of 1990 have been remembered.
I wish I could do it twice.
Well...